Yeah, and I think, bro, people don't realize that a lot of what they see in other people is actually what they see in themselves.
Right, 100%.
You know, like if I don't like something about someone else, where it like triggers me enough, I even hate that word.
But no,
it literally triggers me enough to like have an actual reaction, like a comment on a post, or like even not even a comment on a post, because even more than often than not, even not a comment, it's just something that someone will think in their head.
Sure.
Get what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I don't like that person. But you don't realize that that's really a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And people are so revealing. They're so like and this is what I realize about myself.
Sure.
The more you try to hide, the more it seeps out, and the uglier it looks when it comes out.
Right.
Just be real. You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
As in, it's the same thing as like lying and then trying to keep up with a lie, but everyone in the room knows you're lying, and you're like, you hold so strongly to this fake truth, and everyone can see right through it, and the only one and guess who's hurting? You.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like tiring, because it's like when you're when you're trying to hold up like a fake persona or like a lie, like when you're living a lie, it's really tiring.
100%. It's like I feel like trying to be liked by everyone. First of all, if you ever think that you're going to be liked by everyone, that's a lie. That's like something the movies taught you, probably, or your mom or dad, because this is not the truth. And actually, like I think of it. It's actually, don't you think it's kind of weird how like there's people that they'll come from like the worst fucking upbringing.
Yeah.
And some of them are like super successful, and then some of them aren't. They're like, they just stay in that same.
Sure.
Right. But we've also seen this happen with like kids born into money.
Of course.
Where like, when you know, I'm not broke anymore, but when I would always look at people that had money. I'm like, why the fuck are you addicted to drugs? Like, I never understood it. I'm like, how are you in and out of rehab? How are you not happy? I'm like, bro, you drive an Audi. You know what I mean? Like, that's how my brain would think. Right.
Right. If I were you, I would.
If I were you, but you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. And everyone has their own. This is why it's so like, the more you can like love yourself and love your own thing, the better. First of all, the better life you're gonna have, but the more you can start to like become your own person. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even imagine how like a music artist must feel, or like a big actor after a movie.
Why?
Because they literally play a character pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
In movies, you play a character. If you're a rapper, like, you have a fake name. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're you don't even use your real name. You use a different name.
Sure.
And then most of the time you rap about things that you haven't done yet, or things that aren't even really true about your life. Even people that are, even like the biggest rappers, like, they lie in their songs too.
Yeah.
Because they know what sells. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I mean. You get your business caught up into it, and it's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying?
Actually.
Like, this is the biggest, this is where I feel people get duped by life. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, when you chase certain things, I'm not saying this isn't me saying this to you, but like, this is like life. Like, haha, you thought you would get this and feel good, and now you don't. So now what, bitch? And like, I've been met with that point in my life so many times where I'm like, I laugh out of like sheer just like, oh wow, like, really? Okay. Like,
like you in life are like having a dialogue.
Literally, like a real dialogue where I'll laugh. Like, almost like you would think like, this dude's crazy, but like, I'm laughing because I'm like, I laugh because I'm like, I know I feel like it's all like prophesized, you know? Like, sure. If anything that comes into my life too easy, I literally don't give a fuck about it. I don't give a fuck about anything that's come into my life that came easy.
Why?
Because there's nothing attached to it. Like, tangible things, like what we hold on to in life is what we've built, not what was given to us. You know what I'm saying? What defines us more is, and this is not like some cliche thing because it sounds cooler, but how much we give. Like, just see for yourself. See for yourself. And when you're younger, you don't understand this. But because when a kid, like, it's like when, like, you know, you see, like, let's say, I don't even know if this video actually exists, but I'm sure there is something on the internet where it's like the little kid gets everything for Christmas, but he takes the one gift and wants to give it to his friend or something, or like wants to give the good gift to his little brother, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, like,
right.
You know. And when little kids do that, we go, oh my god, that's so cute, like he's like acting different. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's like when adults do it, right, it's like, well, why'd you need to film it? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Or like, why you talk, it's like, but at the end of the day, really, it's more about like, giving is, I feel like people have the wrong idea about like identity, you know what I'm saying, about who they are.
Sure.
And like what is actually going to make them happy. And the reason I'm saying this is because like recently I went through this realization. You know, like I had a really good year last year with my businesses. And at the end of the year, when it was all said and done, I mean, it's early January, but really towards the end of the year, when it was like being all said and done, I was inconvenienced to find out that in my own head and inside my body, I felt the same way as I did when I left my last 9-to-5 job. And why that's important to mention, I felt the same way I did when I left my last 9-to-5 job, and why that's important to mention is because I literally 22X'd my fucking income, got the fucking car I wanted, leveled up my living situation, got a bunch of fucking tattoos, had more clients than I could ever fucking dream of. Everything on paper looks good, but I also felt at the same time unfulfilled. And then I realized, like, I was duped. I got duped. Like, I basically...
Who duped you?
I feel like I duped myself, but really, I feel like that's the thing about negative energy and, like, evil energy in the world. And I'm not saying accomplishing things and getting materialistic things is evil by any means. It's when you attach real meaning to those things. When they don't really mean anything. And I had an overemphasis on those things and an underemphasis on people. Like, really. I cared more about my couch than someone, like, dirtying my fucking house. Or my dog's pissing on the fucking couch, which I don't have anymore for obvious reasons. And that's what happens is you start to lose things in your life. Like, and I'm not saying this like feel bad for me and I'm sad and all this stuff, but I realized that what I thought I was ready for, I wasn't ready for. You know what I'm saying? And I told myself, I said, oh, well, once I fix the money problem, all my problems will be fixed. Which actually, it solved like a good 75% of them. But those were like, that's like the low-hanging 75%, the low-hanging 80%.
Right.
And then there's that tough 20% that's like, nah, you're not going to buy your way out of this one, bitch. You're going to have to fucking
But those moments define you.
Of course, always.
Because they either pull you down or you, like, get back up and keep going. I just think it's interesting that, like, you back to your point of, like, one thing Pat and Mike always told me is, like, anything worth having...
It's worth working for.
Is worth working for. Like, hard work. Like, there's something, like, way different. Like, you could receive the same thing and it could be handed to you. Like, literally just handed to you, which is a blessing, sure. But, like, earning something. Like...
You think that hell is struggling, but really hell is getting everything that you've ever wanted and still not being happy. If I had a microphone, someone give me a fucking mic to drop.
Somebody get me.
We should dip, bro.
I want to go to Starbucks.
Yeah, I don't want Nick being like, where are you, Gabe? Where are you, Gabe? My 32-minute post-workout window. I'm like, taught you that?